Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We're going to talk to you about Mastercraft flare nut wrench set. Now this is a 6-piece set. You can buy these separately for about 11 something a piece. I bought the whole set for 30 bucks. And you get standard and metric. 6 wrenches total for a total of actually 12 because they're double-ended. 3/8 and 7/16, half and 9/16, 11/16, 5/8. You get, for metric, you get 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, and 17. Now, if you're kind of curious how a flare nut wrench works, I'll give you a little quick demo here. This is just a straight brake line tube. Just going to throw it in there. Now, if you're working with a collar situation, in the situation of this collar, the collar is actually standard. So I can actually slip this up over the line and I can put it on the collar, and then I pop this through here and onto here, and then I can apply a good amount of force to either tighten or loosen off my fitting without hurting the connector, joiner, or the fastener itself. Now, if you are working with, just like in a flex hose area, for instance, you may or may not be able to wiggle this through the flex hose area. Well, flex hose would be a bigger one, so you might get it through this one and drop down. Or you may be able to use a regular wrench on the flex hose part, because they're usually got a little shank on them that's, for a wrench. And then you can go in there with your flare nut and just your flare nut wrench and just undo that or do up the line, whichever you need to do. Now, when you're working with brand new stuff, it's just beautiful. It's a walk in the park. It's a dream. When you're working with stuff that's old and probably rotted, a lot of times I find no wrench works, because these fittings do deteriorate after a number of years, So you got to kind of take a good look at it first, give her a go, and if your wrench does slip, then you're going to have to probably use vice grips to get the old fittings off. And never and ever reuse your old fittings. It's not safe. For a 6-piece set for 30 bucks, you can't go wrong. You've got the most common sizes you're going to run into. They're great for brake lines, hydraulic, anything hydraulic wise. Maybe you're making up some special project and you want to use brake fittings, and you're dealing with some sort of a liquid, even if it's water pressure. You can actually run, you can run water through steel brake line. Whatever your project may be or whatever you're working on, flare nuts can come in for use for more places than just brakes and hydraulics. I've actually just grabbed one on the fly real quick, undone a nut on a bicycle, for instance. It was just fast grab, boom, out of the box, type of thing. So they do work as a regular wrench too. Now they also have these angles to them too. So, this would be actually vertical on the nut. So you'd have an angle like this, or you flip it around and you got the opposite angle. So depending on the tight corner you have to work in or tight space, you flip it accordingly so you can still get a good grip on the wrench to undo or do up your fastener. So it's kind of nice and convenient having these angles built in. Fit and finish, they fit fasteners very, very well. I've had no problems at all. The actual finish of the tool is great. It's got some thickness to it, so it's got some good strength to it. I've applied a lot of torque to these because I've done a lot of brake line jobs. And they hold up. They hold up very, very well. I would rather use a flare nut wrench than opposed to using a regular wrench, because a regular wrench is only going to hold 2 sides. And it gives the opportunity that if the metal in the wrench actually flexes because you're really torquing, it can actually slip. And I've done that before and screwed the fitting up. So that was before getting flare nut wrenches. So since I bought these, never a problem again. But with rotted fittings, wow, neither one of these is going to be a good choice. And that's kind of, a no-brainer on that one. Sometimes you're going to have to do other methods to get your old lines out. But they work great. They're Mastercraft, 30 bucks for a whole set. It's a great deal. If you can get them on sale, hey, that'd be even better. I paid retail for these, and they're worth it. They come in handy, and I needed them, so, you know, they're worth paying the retail. Um, you know, some tools you just got to pay retail on because you can't wait. But lifetime warranty. If you break it, Mastercraft replaces it. No big deal. Snap-on makes these things. Matrix, a few other companies make flare nut wrenches. Just be aware that if they look a little cheap and cheesy, they probably are. You know, so look for the good quality finish. Look for something that looks professionally made. You know, when you're looking at any kind of tools, especially ones where it's critical, like specialty tools. You know, you got to have something decent to work with. You know, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time with your job being done right. So anyway, that's a bit of a review on them and a little bit of extra info. We're gonna do a review next on I don't know what. We'll see you in the next video and we'll find out. And but in the meantime, happy YouTubing. If you've got these, let us know your experience and some of the uses you found for them, other than what I've mentioned. And you know, because there may be things I haven't thought about using them with, and you know, might come in handy. You never know. So till next time, have a good one.